Anderson County Board of Commissioners public hearing portion started. We've got a lot on the agenda, so we're going to start off with a proclamation that was requested by Commissioner Allen. This one's mine, sorry. That's for you.
Thank you, Madam Chairman.
That would be good time.
Testing. Okay, there it is. I am Commissioner Allen, and I'm going to be reading the Charlie Kirk Proclamation, Board of Commissioners for Anderson County, Tennessee. A proclamation honoring the life and legacy of Charles Charlie James Kirk for courage to stand for his faith, family, and freedom, including the First Amendment. Whereas Charles Charlie Kirk was born October 14th, 1993, was a courageous American patriot whose life was tragically and unjustly cut short in an act of political violence on September 10th, 2025 at Utah Valley University. And whereas Charlie Kirk was a devoted Christian who boldly lived out his faith with conviction, courage, and compassion. And whereas Charlie Kirk was a dedicated husband to his beloved wife, Erica, and loving father to their daughter and son, exemplifying the virtues of faith, fidelity, and fatherhood. Whereas Charlie Kirk was a fierce defender of American founding and its timeless principles of life, liberty, limited government, and individual responsibility. And whereas Charlie Kirk, at 18 years of age, founded the Turning Point USA in 2012, a student movement with the mission to identify, educate, train, and organize students to promote the principles of fiscal responsibility, free markets, and limited government. And whereas Charlie Kirk became one of the most prominent voices in America engaging in respectful civil discourse across college campuses, media platforms, and national forums, always seeking to elevate truth, foster understanding, and strengthen the Republic. And whereas Charlie Kirk personified values of the First Amendment, exercising his God-given right to speak freely, challenged prevailing narratives, and did so with honor, courage, and respect for his fellow Americans. And whereas Charlie Kirk, committed to civil discussion and debate, stood as a model for young Americans across the political spectrum, and he worked tirelessly to promote unity without compromising on conviction. And whereas Charlie Kirk spoke at the University of Tennessee at Knoxville, Knox County on March 13th, 2025, as part of his American Comeback Tour, which drew thousands of students to hear, question, and answer debate, and was considered by Kirk to be one of his most memorable campus stops. And whereas the assassination of Charlie Kirk was not only a hideous act of violence, but a sobering reminder of the growing threat posed by political extremism and hatred in our society. And whereas such acts of politically motivated violence are antithetical to the principles of a free republic in which differences of opinion are to be debated, not silenced, with civility, reason, mutual respect. And whereas the rise in targeted violence against individuals for their political beliefs undermines the very fabric of a constitutional democracy and chills free exchange of ideas, essential to a healthy civic society. Whereas leaders at every level, government, education, media, and beyond, must stand united in unequivocal condemnation of political violence regardless of their ideology. And whereas the tragic loss of Charlie Kirk must not be allowed to deepen the divides in our nation, but instead serve as a turning point to recommit ourselves to better angels and to the timeless American principles of liberty governed by truth and the virtues of peaceful dialogue. And whereas Charlie Kirk would not have us respond to his death with despair, but rather with renewed purpose to speak with courage, to stand firm in faith, to seek unity while standing firm in principle, and to serve as living reminders of the values he championed: faith, family, and freedom. And whereas Charlie Kirk was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest honor a civilian can receive, and whereas Congress has voted to approve a similar resolution on September 19, 2025, that was submitted by Speaker Mike Johnson. Now therefore, in recognition of Charlie Kirk's life work and in honor of his life, we, the Anderson County Mayor and the Anderson County Board of Commissioners, adopt the 5 following clauses. Number 1, condemn in the highest possible terms the assassination of Charlie Kirk and all forms of political violence. Number 2, commend and honor the dedicated law enforcement and emergency personnel for their tireless efforts in finding the suspect responsible for the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and urges the administration of swift justice to the subject. Number 3, extend our deepest condolences and sympathies to Charlie Kirk's family, including his wife Erica and their 2 young children, and prays for comfort, peace, and healing in this time of unspeakable loss. Number 4, honor the life, leadership, and legacy of Charlie Kirk, whose steadfast dedication to the Constitution, civil discourse, and biblical truth inspired a generation to cherish and defend the blessings of liberty. And number 5, call upon all Americans, regardless of race, party affiliation, or creed, to reject political violence, recommit to respectful dialogue, uphold American values, and respect one another as fellow Americans. Be it therefore proclaimed that everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. James 1:19, a principle witnessed by thousands at Charlie Kirk's American Comeback Tour event at the University of Tennessee on March 13, 2025. Where he aged young Americans to argue ideas and not people. In witness thereof, we have set our hands and caused upon this official seal of Anderson County, Tennessee, to be affixed on the 17th day of November 2025. Denise Palmer, Chair of Anderson County Commission, Terry Frank, Mayor, attest Jeff Cole, County Clerk. Thank you very much.
Next on the agenda, we will have Mitch Loomis. He will come forward and speak to us today about the 2020 Community Development Block Grant Project known as the Rural Waterline Project.
Yeah, what this is, we have to have a final closeout. And basically, we had originally proposed, let me get my glasses. I was trying to read it without my glasses. I've got them. I finally learned to keep them. We had originally proposed to provide about 71 households with water along Buchanan Lane, Savage Garden Road, Faust Lane, Collins Gap Road, Justin Road, and Hines Creek Road. So we went out for bids. Bids came in roughly about $1.5 million over what was expected, so we didn't have that money. So we decided, well, we'll go ahead and rebid, see if we can get a better bid. And we tried it, did not get a better bid. The main thing, they were contractors, when we talked to them, were saying the unknown rock was the issue. So some of the roads that they said, here's some of the roads that we don't know about. We took those roads out, got it approved by the state of Tennessee, and reduced it. Went back out for bids again, and again, we was probably about $1 million over. Part of that reason being, it was also during the time of the TDEC ARP monies, so contractors they could charge you whatever they wanted, because they had so many jobs. They would say, "Yeah, throw out 1.5. They want to pay us that. We'll do it." But unfortunately, you know, it wasn't wise to spend that kind of money. So what this is, this right here will close that project out, and then it'll also allow us coming in March. I think it's March 27th. We can actually make another application if we want to, and Mayor already knows about that, and we'll start talking about what kind of other applications that might be available that we might want to look at applying for. So, but we have to get this one closed out first, and this will be the final step to close out that project. Does anybody have any questions or anything on it? Yes, sir.
Yes, the money, is it still in place, or did you have to send it back?
No, we sent the money back.
Okay,
Yeah, so we sent, we basically spent, when I say we, the grant, we basically spent about $50,000 in the grant. Anderson County spent about $8,000 in the grant. So we gave back roughly $472,000, because we had no choice. We couldn't come up with that.
going forward, now that you're looking at it again, where will that money come from?
That, when you say where will it come from, we talking about like a grant, or it can potentially come back from a CDBG grant, or of course we have what we call Appalachian Regional Commission grants. We have those, and there is also state revolving loan funds, which, you know, utilities can go after. You know, one of the things, of course, we do is, you guys do is, you know, you work with the utilities to try to help them find monies to put in water lines, sewer lines, and all that. So those are kind of options there.
Issues that we have is continuing the water line in New River. Is that on the table, or is that to be looked at?
It definitely could be looked at, and that'd be something that we can discuss and see what we think.
Well,
Now,
several of us had met with ACWA, and they talked about that they were going to pull some engineers together and get a cost on it. But I was just wondering, you know, where we're at with
Now,
that, if you know anything.
on the CDBG, which is the Community Development Block Grant, that also has a stipulation where it has to be low to moderate income. So I don't know the New
we
River
fit
part you're
that.
talking about,
Yes.
okay? ARC does not care. I mean, the ARC, hey, we like it, we'll do it, doesn't matter. You know, CDBG does say you gotta have a low to moderate income, so we would have to do that if that's the case.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. Piggybacking off my partner's comments, you made the comment, Mitch, about there was a bunch of rock up there. And of course, obviously common sense, that slows down any kind of work, I get it. But what I was afraid of, and from what you just said, my fears are kind of relieved a little bit. That doesn't mean, even though there's rock there, that don't mean the project's just gonna be forgot about. It can still be done.
It can definitely happen.
Okay. Is this gonna take more money, more time?
Yeah, and in a better time. Like I said, what we're finding out now, because most of those TDEC ARP projects are getting over with, the contractors now are gonna have to start looking for money, you know, look for projects. So maybe that will go back down. I think it will. We've already shown that it has start going back down. So yeah, the fact that it's rock, that's just part of it. I mean, of course, we can also do change orders. We get in there and they find a bunch of rock. We can say, okay, we got to add another 50,000 to it or whatever. But that was one of the things they said. There's an unknown that we just don't want to deal with right now. So,
Thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
Madam Vice Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mitch,
yes,
who did you say you were with?
East Tennessee Development District.
Okay. And you said there were 71 homes you was originally looking at?
We originally were looking at 71. We got an amendment from the state to allow us to go back out the third time and do 54 homes. And they had pretty much said that's as low as we're going to go. Because our whole thing is that it's a competitive grant. I said, if we go any lower, we're going to have to rescore yours, and we can't guarantee we're not going to take the money away. So 54 is as low as we could go, which basically meant the Savage Road, and there was other road that was kind of close to the interstate, were taken away. That was the two roads.
So was any homes done at all? Or?
No,
Okay.
no, sir, none.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. Mr. Loomis does have a sign-in sheet that he needs for at least us to sign, and if there's
Yeah,
anyone
it's
in the
right here. If you all want
audience
to pass
that wants
around,
to
Mayor, when you
sign.
get it, you can email it to me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Loomis.
Well,
We
thank you,
appreciate your
guys.
update.
Okay.
Next on the agenda, we will have a public hearing concerning some of the zoning amendment resolutions. So Danny Phillips will come forward. He's going to explain the 4 resolutions.
Commissioners, we have 4 amendments, potential amendments that we're setting before you. 2 of them are basically just, 2 of them is just basically cleaning up some language, bringing some clarity. The other 2 are pretty significant changes. One of the changes would be reducing lot sizes down from 22,000 square feet to 20,000 square feet. And then the other one that would be a very significant change is some regulations for short-term rentals. We haven't had anything in place for short-term rentals, and as a result, we've had a little bit of friction in times past. So now we're going to have some criteria set in place and a process set in place, an application process, life safety checklists that will have to be gone through. A hold harmless agreement is being developed. Those documents are being developed and submitted to the county attorney's office for approval. So 4 amendments, 2 of them, again, just cleaning up some language, offering some clarity. The other 2 pretty significant changes, one of them being the reduction in lot size from 22,000 square feet if you have to have septic. And then it makes things more friendly to development, because basically if you have an acre of ground and you cut out 22,000 square feet, you're at a deficit to get another lot, because 22,000 square feet is 0.51, which is a little bit over a half an acre. And basically the logic behind that 22,000 square feet was all of the ground it takes to put in chamber a septic system, but it typically doesn't always take that much ground. So anyways, I hope that offers some clarity as to what the amendments are about.
Do you have any questions? So since it is a public hearing, is there anyone in the audience that wants to speak on it or against it? Okay.
I do have a question, regarding the rental.
If you'll come forward and give us your name and your address.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
My name is Amanda Catron, and I.
Can you go?
That's right. My name is Amanda Catron, and I am a property manager, in the area. I do not live here myself, but I manage properties in the area. So the questions that I have, will there be any regulations around sprinkler systems or anything of that nature?
I don't know for sure about the sprinkler systems, but each new short-term rental that will be put in, there will be a life safety inspection, which would include smoke alarms,
Okay.
carbon monoxide detectors. Most of the time, the sprinklers come into place under something that's more officially commercial.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
if that makes sense.
Perfect. And then one other question, will, past business codes be grandfathered in?
I would lean on Mr. Foster for that if he remembers any kind of discussion about that in our previous meetings, because the information I have before me here doesn't address that.
Yeah, I don't think from just the past and discussion, there was nothing about grandfathering, so when it would go in effect, it would be going forward with, these are the requirements of the property. I do not remember us discussing I was just kind of looking through that, looking through it, but I don't think there was anything about grandfathering anyone.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, with that, we will close the public hearing, and we'll be in adjournment until 6:30.
County Board of Commissioners to order. We do have a quorum. Annette, if you'll take note of that.
Isabel needs to check in. Isabel needs to check in.
Can you hit present, Commissioner
She did.
Isabel? Okay, great, thank you. All right, we have 2 absent. All right, we'll begin with prayer by Commissioner Foster and Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner White. Please stand.
Let's pray. Dear and Paul, Lord, we just come to you, Lord. We thank you for this day. We thank you for the beautiful weather we're having, Lord. And we just ask your hand to be over us and watch over us as we go about and debate the county's business, Lord. I ask you just to guide us and lead us as we get ready to go into the Thanksgiving season, that we're being grateful for the many blessings you've given us, Lord. But most importantly, we're thankful for salvation through Jesus Christ. That's all these things in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Let's face the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everyone. We come to the part of our agenda, appearance of citizens. Are there any citizens in the audience that would like to address the commission? Ma'am, I saw your hand first. If you'll come to the podium, state your name and address, and you will have 3 minutes. You will also receive a 30-second warning when the time's just about up, okay?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity to speak in front of this group. My name is Robin Graham. I live at 109 Nathan Lane in Oak Ridge, and I am in Anderson County. I'm just here today because I wanted to lend my support for a vote that you'll be having today on supporting the Tennessee Waste to Jobs Act. I came before the Solid Waste Committee earlier, and I've been working on this, helping to spread the news about this legislation. This legislation, I think, would be a huge benefit to the county of Anderson County and to my own city, in that it would provide recycling the funds at no cost to the taxpayer for recycling. And it would provide it to all the citizens in the county, not just the ones who are living in areas where they're picking up. We estimate that the savings to the county, if this enacted, could be as much, this includes Oak Ridge too, as much as almost $5 million. Because the cities and the counties would be, their cost of recycling, their cost for pickup would be funded through the companies that actually produced the packaging waste. The model for this legislation is really geared to Tennessee, and that's part of why I like it. It takes advantage. It doesn't impose a lot of regulations on the companies. It asks them to develop the plan and assess what the needs are in the counties or cities, and then TDEC and a board sort of oversees that. And so it would provide funding to the county itself for its recycling and remove a lot of the burden of that cost. And I have a sheet that I would like to...
30 seconds.
Okay, great. I have a sheet I'd like to pass out.
Ma'am, please.
Is that okay?
Bring those to the chair, please. Okay, yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sir, I think I saw you next. Would you like to come to the podium, give us your name and address?
Otis Phillips, 8367 New River Highway. And probably all of you probably know me by first name now. It's about the water. That's not the only issue we've got over in Rosedale. We've got some more issues. But first I want to address the watering issue. Me and some of the commissioners, we met with the Allen County Water Authority. They're at one of their last meetings, and we got an email pretty much last Friday. They pretty much said no. That's what they said. What they offered us was, and to me, but I don't know what they meant by it, but they said they would come to the end of the water line and put some stuff up there where I could get water and haul it. I got over that years ago. That ain't gonna happen. But they pretty much turned us down, and to me, saying that was a slap in the face. And it's 3 miles. Mayor Frank come over there some 10 years ago, and we measured it, 3 miles, what it lacks. Anderson County Water Authority is not, they don't want to do it. I'm just plain, they do not want to do it because of the upkeep or what, and they say about flushing the lines. Well, they give us an outrageous number. And Jimmy is out of town. Jimmy Birds is out of town. He's done some figuring on it, so hopefully the time he gets back, from what he's showed me so far, it's a lot less than what they said. And they've not added in yet the construction part of it, but they're not cooperating. And you know, I was thinking the other day, everybody pays taxes in Anderson County. And I had this thought, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I'm gonna say what I think. You know, when I went to pay my taxes, I looked it over and I was not exempt from paying taxes. Why am I exempt for getting water put up there? Why? Think about it. And I'm asking all the commissioners to come together, and I'll say this, if you're a commissioner, I know everybody's got districts, but everybody ought to consider the whole county. I mean, if it's something to help the county, come in and do it. But Anderson County Water Authority, and I do not like that name, authority. Whoever named them that needs to be changed. But they are not cooperating. They are not. And me and Jimmy, you know, we've been coming to every meeting except when he's out of town. And we're gonna be here. We're not giving up on this. We're gonna be here. I'm not a quitter. Anybody knows me, I'm not a quitter. We need water put on up there. We need water put on up there. We need to extend it on up there. And the Highway 116 over there, been down since March. One lane and a red light. And all the state has done is came over there, put up barriers and red light. Dangerous. I got 3 great-grandchildren ride this school bus there every morning and every evening. We've also got an issue with the rails to trails, got an issue with the dumpsters being burnt.
Thank you, Mr. Phillips. Thank you. Your
Got
time's
issues with
expired.
cemeteries.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Did I see another hand? Yes, come forward.
Happy holidays. My name is Nathan Mullins from Oak Ridge, and I'm going on the record that I give the credit to our Christian Zionist God for inspiring the people to turn over the Anderson County Library Board to the moral majority so that we can vote on a new conservative agenda. I thank him for allowing us to flip this same county commission over to the moral majority over the next 3 months, instead of the 3 years it took to wrest the libraries from the hands of radical Democrats offering dangerous books to young children. I hope the irony of granting authority to a righteous jailer like Shane Vowell to put naughty librarians on bread and water in a type of purgatory cell doesn't escape people. He's managing them much like Andy Griffith did Otis, doing us all the favor of keeping them out of trouble and granting them the favor of contemplating a much hotter detention in the afterlife. Now back to business and the fight we in the liberty groups are awaiting. The Republicans need to help us enforce obscenity law. Now that the adults are back in charge, we have seen action on lawful criminal and immigration enforcement and engaged in civil rights, defending women's autonomy in sports and privacy. Now we will push back on the intersectional Marxist agenda of DEI, propagandizing the education system and the libraries. We demand help from the Republican arbiters of justice nationally to enforce obscenity laws on behalf of parents. I know that we have a moral majority, homemade from righteous passion, at least with God's remnant, in every city in this country. May God grant us the same pillar of fire He ignited to guide His people across the tide to safer pastures, for our generations as well. We must take action to leave being a slave of a failed bureaucratic educational system to a fresh new state of private school library sanctuaries. The air is fresher up over the mountain, so come join us. Finally, Mother Teresa said, if you are successful, you will win some unfaithful friends and some genuine enemies. Succeed anyway. Thank you for your consideration and happy holidays.
Was there anyone else? Did I miss any hands in the audience? All right, we'll move on to the approval and correction of the agendas. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion to approve.
I've got a motion by Commissioner Foster, second by Commissioner Isabel. Is there any discussion on the consent agenda? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. I need a motion for the regular to pass the regular agenda. I have a motion by Commissioner Foster, a second by Commissioner McNabb. Is there any discussion, additions, or such? Mayor Frank.
First, I apologize for my voice. I would respectfully like to add, under my report, a legal memo that I've requested from the law director regarding AI and elected officials' requirement under the Open Records Act. And he is working on that, but in discussion with him, we needed to just bring that up to you, make you aware.
Okay.
And then the second, we did open the bid on the animal shelter on Thursday at 2:30, and I would like to add that topic to, under my report.
Under your, both under your
Yes.
report? All right. Okay. And we have another addition. The finance director has given us a canine lease and release agreement. He wants to add that under the surplus part of his report. Discuss it then. Is that good? You good with that? All right. All right. Any other changes, additions? All right. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. All right. We'll have our public hearing report by Vice Chair Vandegrift.
Thank you. During this, at 6 o'clock this evening, we had a public hearing. During that public hearing, we had a presentation to discuss the 2020 Community Development Block Grant Project known as the Rural Waterline Project, presented by Mitch Loomis. Then we went into a public hearing over resolutions, updating resolutions for the Anderson County zoning. There were 4 of those resolutions. That was all we discussed.
All right, thank you very much. So I'm going to need a motion for those 4 resolutions that were, so I have a motion by Commissioner Beauchamp and a second by Commissioner Foster. Is there any discussion? Commissioner Foster.
Just want to clarify something that was said in the public hearing. We said there was not a, they were not grandfathered. There is a section, if it was over 12 months, and they had paid taxes for 6 months, they were grandfathered. So just wanted to clarify that from the public hearing.
All right, Commissioner Wandell.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. If we're going to vote on all of these at once, I'll vote no. I wanted to vote on them separately, but I'll just vote no. Thank you.
We can certainly, if you want to change that as a group, or you want to?
As a group.
As a group, okay.
It won't let me.
Her amend button is not working, so go ahead.
My speaker.
She's trying to make an amendment.
I wanted,
I have to accept it, that's why I was.
okay. I actually agree with the Commissioner Wandell. I wanted to amend the motion to exclude from this vote the resolution on the short-term rentals and vote on it separately.
Okay. Do we have a second on that amendment?
No, I had a different one.
Okay.
Is there a second on Commissioner Vandergrift's motion? Second? Josh Anderson. Okay, did you get that, Annette? Commissioner Anderson, all right. All right, any discussion on the amendment? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. I think that motion passed. So we will amend that motion, and we will take this one out, Resolution 2511, 1239, and vote on it separately. All right, so the other three we will vote on as a group. We have a, Commissioner Wandell, did you?
Sure, I'd like
Okay.
to say, the one I'm opposed to is the 22,000 square feet down to 20,000 square feet. That's the reason I'll vote no on these three. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any other discussion on this motion? All right, all in favor of passing these three resolutions, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Motion passes. All right, we'll do, I need a motion on Resolution 2511, 1239 in order to pass it. Commissioner Foster with the motion, Commissioner Beauchamp with the second. Any discussion on this one particular resolution? All right, all those in favor of passing this resolution say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Motion passes. All right. Next, moving on to the presentation of reports, we'll have Mayor Frank.
The first item is the monthly shelter statistics. Those are in your agenda packet. And then the second is I wanted to make sure to draw Anderson County Board of Commissioners' attention to the I-40, I-75 West Knoxville Corridor PEL study. The PEL study will be used to make planning decisions around the I-40, I-75 exchange. There are links, there are public comments being accepted through December 4th. There's an online survey, but there's also, you can call and leave a message. You can request ADA accommodation. You can email to Nashville or hard mail. Anyhow, there's lots of Anderson County that is part of that particular look at the area. For clarity, this is the old bypass discussion. I mean, that's what they're looking to do. Who knows? Will it be another bypass? Will it be some other solutions presented? But I just wanted to ensure that all of County Commission was aware of that,
Okay.
and our citizens too.
All right. Commissioner Capshaw.
I just had a question. So is that part of that I-475 proposal that they have? And then, so when I was on the link trying to see on the map, you can't zoom in. So is that going to, in the Anderson County part, is that going to include State Route 170? Would that be part of the 475 bypass, or where is?
They have
what are they
not come
proposing?
out with any particular plans yet. At this
Okay.
point, they're just getting comments. So, like if you go through the survey, they ask you questions. For instance, how many times do you use this particular corridor or this area? And for instance, traveling to Knoxville, do you go on occasion? Or are you commuting every day? They're trying to get, personal feedback from people. Where are the trouble spots? Where do you have issues? Are there areas where there's traffic that's, congested? Are there areas where you've almost wrecked? That's, right now, they're just kind of getting more information They've been doing the traffic studies themselves, but they also want to hear input from people.
Is there any way we could get a meeting in Anderson County? Because I've seen they had 3 meetings. I think it was last week in West Knoxville, but since it may possibly include part of our county, maybe having a meeting just to make people aware, but also give them the opportunity to talk to
Sure,
them.
I am happy to ask. I don't know
Okay.
I know that they have hired a consultant to do all of the outreach and everything, but there's never any harm in asking.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Commissioner Isabel.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. This is one of Commissioner Creasy's pet projects as well. He continues to send emails about it and trying to find out if it's going to happen. And would this be considered the blue route? Or
Oh, they have not even used any of those,
so
I mean,
it's just all completely new?
yes, in fact, on the Transportation Planning Authority meetings, the Knox Regional TPO, I make sure, I know there's a lot of people, for instance, on the Orange route, I think that would impact a lot of folks up in the Andersonville area. They're not using any of that terminology. I mean, their main issues are this convergence where I-75 and I-40 come together or split. And that's where they're seeing the massive amount of issues. And if you look at travel maps and traffic, that little corridor is one of the, if not the heaviest traveled in the entire United States. Because obviously Tennessee is central to, as a transportation hub to all of these other areas, and so everything kind of comes right through Knoxville.
Yeah, Commissioner Creasy did due diligence in doing his own studies. And we all know how he was about making sure that he was correct. So, but thank you.
Absolutely.
Continue.
Okay, the next item was, so in another county, there was an open records request by the media for certain elected officials to provide their ChatGPT dialogue. And this also covered OpenAI, and I can't remember, was there another one, Jamie? It didn't cover all, it did not cover every AI. But in discussing this briefly with Cassandra and Jamie, it does look like these are open records, and so I've asked the law director to provide a memo. I think they've already attended some sessions on this, but we just wanted to make you aware so that you're aware. Apparently, it's very easy to download the information. In fact, the requester put here's how you do it. You click this button, and then it goes into a sheet. And so we just wanted elected officials in the commission to be aware that it may be subject to open records. I'm still a dinosaur, haven't started employing AI yet. Intend to, but I haven't gotten there yet. But anyhow, I just wanted to make you aware we've got Jamie's got a memo coming.
Okay, great. We probably need guidance.
Did you want to add anything to that, Jamie?
Just proceed on the assumption that it is an open record. And we will get you a memo with an answer, but I would treat it as if it is a public record.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Foster.
Yeah, so open record, if our departments are using AI for material, they're not talking their personal phone doing AI, like, we're talking anything government related, like documents, resolutions, right? I'm just getting clarification on.
Government business on government equipment.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, Commissioner Ledger brought that up. If you want to deal with AI, certainly, it needs to be personal. It needs to be not on your county issued devices, or it'll get caught up in a records request, is what I think.
Okay. All right.
And as an example, years ago, Commissioner Yeager would remember this. We when we were scoring bids for our health clinic, we all did our jobs, our duty, and we scored the bid submissions individually. But in the finance department, just out of curiosity, they also ran it through AI, and it actually came up with what we scored. But I mean, I'm sure. I mean, you could probably have situations where government's kind of turning their duty over to AI.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Next.
All right, the next is the animal shelter. So I wanted to let you know, this was originally due to be opened on October 30th. We received so many questions that we had to put it off 1 week and then a second week. So it was, my original intent was to have it opened on the 30th so that if there were any issues, I could bring them timely to Budget Committee. Just to make you aware, the bids were so we are authorized to borrow $5.9 million. We can still do this. However, I wanted to bring to commission what the issues are. We have, what we had planned to do was include the architect fees, wrap that up into the note. The total architect fees from everything from design, engineering, construction documents, procurement, construction oversight, inspections is $284,730. We have already paid a majority of that. We've paid $202,013.06. The low bid would be $5,797,512 with equipment of $102,488. That puts us at $5.9 million. We could still do that. On Friday afternoon, I was talking with both not bond counsel, our financial advisor, Scott Gibson, as well as Kirk Morris with USDA. The issue is that what I had shared with you was that I would include the architect fee, wrap that up in the note, and then also the bond counsel, bank counsel, MA fee, and then the initial interest payments. That total is $300,000. So that leaves an equipment balance. Some of the equipment would be covered, as I said, $102,488, and then that leaves $179,512. In talking with Robbie and Scott Gibson, they're saying if we put the funds in an interest-bearing account, which Scott could open an LGIP account, that's with the state of Tennessee, we could earn between $75,000 and $100,000. So what I'm asking is, we could still do this, but I would want to be transparent with you and ask that we not roll the architect's fee into the note, and then that we bill our debt service fund, which we have plenty of capacity there, and Robbie can talk about this, that we bill that directly to debt service instead of rolling that up in the note. This would allow us to go forward. It would allow me to write a letter to USDA just asking them to accept those changes. I mean, the amount wouldn't change, the $5.9 million wouldn't change. We would be billing debt service directly, and we would not roll in the architect fees into that. So I'm hoping that, I wanted to be transparent, and I'm hoping that I could get some kind of motion to be able to do that so that I could write that letter, we could proceed. Scott could go, the first thing he has to do is go to RFP with a list of banks to get the interim financing. And we could get this wrapped up by the end of the year, which would also help with when we have to go borrow the next $10 million for the schools next year. So that's part of why Scott is kind of pressing for us to get this wrapped up. So that's what I'm putting before you.
So would you state the motion again, please?
Let me see. I was discussing it with Kirk, so let me.
So it's just a motion to approve the bid to the, or award the bid to the recommended
To the
bidder?
to the
Okay.
lowest bidder, or, well, just to the, award the bid subject to USDA approval.
Okay.
Because they do have to approve it all. They have to make sure it meets all USDA requirements and it concurs with
Okay.
USDA.
Okay.
So, award the bid subject to USDA approval, and then allowing us to take those soft costs and,
Okay.
that the county would pay those.
Okay, I just wanted that for the minutes'
Yes.
sake. So we have a motion by Commissioner Beauchamp and a second by Commissioner Allen. Commissioner Yeager, you have a question, discussion?
I do have a question.
Okay.
The two loans that we're going to be taking out, one for schools, one for this, will this adversely affect our rating, our credit rating, do you suppose? Or has Scott talked about that?
No, but he has talked to us, plenty of times about getting this one done this year. And, I mean, he's been emailing constantly because, and I'm not familiar with all of the finance portion, but he said if we do next year, Robbie, do you remember what it is? It's like bank qualified. It's something to do with doing the schools next year.
Okay.
I guess we would not have the ability to all be bank qualified next year because we would exceed some certain amount.
Right. Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Beauchamp.
Yes, I wanted to say, I remember attending a finance meeting where the mayor did say that the soft costs could end up having to be part of that paid out in a different way. For me, 5.9 is a lot of money. Takes a lot in my soul to have to do it, but I'm thinking about the investment for Anderson County. It's not about me. I live in Oak Ridge. We're about to have a brand new shelter there. I'm thinking about the county. We're not going to stop having dogs or animals, and people are just not going to get them spayed and neutered. And the facility that we're at, we've heard it numerous times with people coming to the podium, there's not enough space. There's not enough space. So I think about this for my child, my grandchildren, who hopefully will stay in Anderson County, that this is something for their future that they can take on when all of us are dead and gone, and they can make it theirs and have a good quality shelter that everybody in the county can enjoy. 5.9 is a lot, but it is an investment, and I think it's worth investing in.
Commissioner Allen.
Yes, thank you. I want to make sure that I understand something, that awarding or going for the award now will enhance us for a $10 million loan for Claxton schools. Would that make that loan easier, better, or some way of making it more accommodating?
What Scott said was that if we can get this cleared off this year, he told Robbie and I on a conference call that it could make a difference of up to 15 basis points next year on the $10 million.
Okay, I think that's very significant. Thank you.
Commissioner Foster.
Can you give me that construction number again of what the bid was without the soft costs?
The construction, $5,797,512, which, and then equipment, 102,488, that's the 5.9. Then the bond council, the interest, the first interest is $253,500. And then that would leave an equipment balance of $179,512, which Robbie and Scott are saying we could get an offset of 75 to 100,000. I did talk to the architect as well about, on the building side of things, maybe we can do some value engineering and bring that down some. But we have to be able to award to do that. I mean, we can't negotiate there. But maybe we could take care of that other gap. That would be about $80,000 on the equipment side.
And the equipment's part of the bid, I mean. of the
Yes,
construction.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, and you know, we don't want to have lawn chairs in there to open the place. I mean, but technically, I mean, we could conceivably just not deal with some of the equipment, but we would want to. And I think it also gives us a chance to start raising funds, which we've always wanted to do too, but I think people have got to see a shovel in the ground and work started.
Commissioner Anderson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I've had a lot of people reaching out that would like to see the animal shelter workshop get resurrected and follow up on the operational audit for the shelter. So since we really don't know what the annual budget would be for the new shelter or anything like that, nobody really feels, what I'm hearing, they don't really feel comfortable with borrowing that much to build a new one. So right now I'm going to vote no. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Isbell? No?
No.
Okay, sorry. And Commissioner Val?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Kind of piggybacking off what Commissioner Beauchamp was talking about, I can remember back in 2016 when I first got the privilege of serving on commission, we had a meeting one night about, and even before then, about even needing an animal shelter. And if my memory's correct, it was the mayor and former Commissioner Belaski that went out there and put something together just so we would have something. Now, we can sit here all night long and talk about the good, the bad, the ugly of it, but folks, there was a time we didn't have one at all. So to be sitting here tonight, all agreeing that there is a need for one, to me is going up a mountain. $5.9 million. I mean, that hurts my soul too. It really, really does. But I don't know about your districts, but my district, one of the issues that we have up there is stray animals. And that's in the city of Rocky Top, that's out in the counties. I mean, we get conversations about that all the time. So this is needed, and I don't think putting it off any longer is going to fix anything. So I'll be a yes vote on it tonight. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Commissioner Wandell?
Thank you, Chairman. First, could you restate the motion we're going to vote on?
Yes. To award the bid to the recommended bidders, subject to rule development and approval, with the county paying the soft cost.
So we're not technically spending any money on this motion?
We're awarding the bid.
Okay, so if we're going to spend the money, I think according to the rules, we need to have 2/3 to put it on the agenda. Because the motion we put on the agenda was to discuss opening the animal shelter bid. It did not say that we're going to approve funding of the animal shelter bid. So I think once before I was told to get something on the agenda, especially if we're going to spend money, we have to have 2/3 approval on that. So I respectfully ask that we do that before we take action.
Okay. So the vote itself would require 2/3 since it's not been through committee. Okay, go ahead, May.
Well, just to clarify, I do have, so there is authorization to spend $5.9 million.
Okay.
And so what I'm asking for, I'm not spending any money. I mean, I could proceed with it as it is.
Okay.
But I want to be transparent and say that I want to ask USDA to move that budget around for the county to pay, to bill debt service directly.
Okay.
So it's not an expenditure of funds. I have to ask USDA for that permission, and I would like to move, that's what I'm gonna do, is move that around and give Scott the ability to go out and do what commission is authorized, which is spend that 5.9, or borrow that 5.9.
All right. All right. We did approve that. Okay. All right. Any other questions? You good?
Oh, I had 40 seconds left.
Oh, well, the light went out. I'm sorry.
Oh, no,
Did
it's
you
not
have
your
something
fault.
else?
Yeah. We do have a shelter now. I know it's not state of the art. We do have many items that we're supposed to be getting done, new parking area, audit, other things. I'm just gonna be one of those guys that would like to see that committee get together, and stuff like this could be talked about in that committee. And, you know, something that amazes me is we talk about how great it is to fund it, but we don't ever seem to talk about how are we gonna maintain it? How are we gonna pay for it? How many people will work there? How many around this table know what the budget is for the 12 bay shelter now? I'll tell you, it's roughly $445,000, and it's growing. It's about $484,000 now, and that's for the poor shelter that we have. I'm not against getting a new shelter. I'm for having a process, a business plan to spend $5.9 million with an understanding of how we're gonna be able to maintain it after we get it built. Because as we all know, we can, just because you get the money to build something doesn't mean it's done. You wash your hands and walk away from it. And for me to sit here and listen to a young man from up on the mountain ask for water, it's kind of difficult to have him out there just asking for fresh water. And we're all about spending $5.9 million for
All
a
right,
potential
Commissioner
shelter.
Wendell, the motion on the table,
I had one point, I still had a minute and a half, but if you like to cut me off, you can, and I'll
well, let's-
apologize. I
let's
yield
stay
back
on
to you.
topic on the.
That is on the
animal shelter.
topic.
The
That is on
water
the topic.
isn't.
The water isn't? The money is.
Let's stay on topic with the animal shelter, please.
Where am I off topic?
Do you want to continue?
I know, you're the one who told me I was off topic. I'm asking you.
All right. Proceed with the animal shelter and the motion that's on the table.
Yeah, I'll be voting no. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Foster.
Two questions. So we are voting to accept the bid. Is that the motion?
Yes,
And the authority to move things around?
yes.
And what is the vote count? Is it 2/3 or is it simple majority?
Since we're not expending, yes. Simple majority.
Okay.
Yeah, because the money's already been, we've already said that she could do that.
It's not an issue of an appropriation. It's
Exactly.
already been appropriated.
Did I hear someone over here?
No.
If I recognized everyone? All right, let's vote on this. Let's do a board vote, please. All right. All right, motion passes. All right. Anything else, Mayor Frank?
That's all I have on my agenda,
All
Mr.
right.
Chairman.
Thank you very much. All right, let's move on to Director Holbrook, Finance Report.
I'll start with the finance meeting since that was on the agenda first.
Okay.
The Finance Committee met November 6th, and I'm bringing two motions from that committee before commission, both concerning fund balance. The first one, the Finance Committee made a motion to increase our fund balance policy to $8 million. We're currently at $6 million. It's been that way for the last 2 years. and that motion passed unanimously.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Foster, a second by Commissioner Beauchamp. Any discussion on this motion? Seeing none, does this need to be a board vote for you?
No, I don't think so.
All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Okay, in December of 2021, Commissioner McCamey made a motion to roll over 20% of our fund balance, the rollover to a assigned for capital projects. And the Finance Committee made a motion in that meeting to increase that to 30%.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Foster, a second by Commissioner Allen. Is there any discussion on this motion? All right, I see none, so all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Okay, thank you. Unless you have any questions about the Finance Committee meeting, that's all I have for it.
Any questions? All right, let's move on to the purchasing and budget report.
Cash and fund balance report. This is audited, finally. General fund, restricted funds are at 1.2 million. Committed funds, 343,761. Assigned funds, 1.6 million. Unassigned fund balance, 13,712,507. Total fund balance, 16,894,691, and cash, 14,632,316. The school department fund balance, 12,821,162. Cash, 16,155,048. And each fund is listed there with their fund balance and cash for the month.
All right, any questions on this cash and fund balance? All right, let's move on.
Okay, sales tax. We continue to see a little bit of an increase in sales tax this month. September, which was August sales tax, the county as a whole, 4.7 million, up 12.1%. And the county portion, $544,006, was 6.2% increase from last September. So we have shown 8%, 9%, and a 12% increase in sales tax so far this fiscal year.
All right, any question on the sales tax report? All right, next.
And the next one is the grant inventory list for the county. We did add 4 new grants since last month. These are the grants we have in 25-26. I could be happy to answer any questions you might have about this report.
Are there any questions? All right, let's move on.
And the last thing is the ARPA projects list. We still have 8 projects that have not been completed, and we have spent all of our funds with interest to date. So still waiting to complete those projects, but we do feel as if all these will be completed.
All right, any questions on the ARPA funding? All right, let's move on.
All right. State contracts, there are 4 of those. All have been approved by the law director.
All right. We have a motion by Commissioner Beauchamp, second by Commissioner Foster. Any discussion on these contracts? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Okay, under surplus vehicles, we are 7 vehicles for surplus this month, 5 from the sheriff, 1 from the dental clinic, and 1 from the senior center.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Foster and a second by Commissioner Allen. Any discussion on these surplus vehicles? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? What happened? I'm sorry. Oh. Was there any opposed to the motion? Motion passes.
Great, thank you. And one that was added tonight, the K-9 lease and release agreement. It's just an agreement with Deputy Adam Warren and a K-9 Axel who is retiring, and he has agreed to take over care for this dog as it retires. So, and it's a lease agreement for $1, so I thought it should be approved by commission.
Okay. We have a motion by Commissioner Beauchamp, second by Commissioner Foster. Any discussion on this item? Are you having trouble with your board?
Yeah, my board.
Okay. All right. Any discussion on this? It's
What are you
okay.
doing back there?
It's okay.
There was like 6 things that popped up at once.
Okay.
Where are we?
So there was no discussion on this K-9 surplus, okay? We good? All right. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. All right.
Thank you. Group 4 appropriations from the school department. There are 2 of those seeking approval as a group.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Foster, second by Commissioner Allen. Any discussion on these items? All those in favor say aye.
Board vote.
Any
Board
opposed?
vote.
Oh, so,
Has to be a board vote.
I'm sorry, you're right. I'm sorry. Board vote, Josh. This is Group 4, correct?
Yes,
Robbie,
appropriation.
okay, I'm sorry. I'm a group behind. And I will vote now. There we go. We need one more vote. All right, motion passes.
Thank you. Group 5 transfers for the school department. There is one from 141 for $5,568.55.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Foster, second by Commissioner Isbell. Any discussion on this item? Okay, let's go to the board and vote.
Broke it.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I asked if he had slayed all the gremlins, and apparently we haven't. All right. Josh, you're doing a great job. Motion passes.
Thank you. Okay, Group 6 appropriations, non-school. There are 9 of those, 7 and 8, and 10 through 16, with 9 being removed.
And this is for Group 6. We have a motion by Commissioner Beauchamp, second by Commissioner Capshaw. Any discussion on these items? All right, let's go to the board and vote. Motion passes.
Okay, thank you. And we'll move into miscellaneous, Group 9. Section A was an EMS grant application. There was no match on that.
Okay. So we have a motion by Commissioner Smallridge, second by Commissioner Capshaw. Any discussion on this application? All right, seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
All right, thank you. And Section B was law director staffing.
I need a motion. Motion by Commissioner Isbell, second by Commissioner Beauchamp. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Section C was the litigation tax increase funding for ASAP, which comes with a resolution 2507-1223.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Beauchamp, second by Commissioner Foster. Any discussion on this item, this resolution? All right. Does this need a board vote?
Yes.
Yes. And it'll also need 2/3, correct?
That is correct.
All right.
I was doing some research, okay?
Okay.
Motion
Motion passes.
Okay, and the last
right.
thing I have tonight is the communications director for dispatch, which was approved using opioid funds for the remainder of this fiscal year, and then put in the sheriff's budget for next year for dispatch.
I have a motion by Commissioner Allen, second by Commissioner McNabb. Any discussion on this communications director? Seeing it, does board vote? Okay,
It's an appropriation.
let's go to the board and vote. This one does not, does it?
Majority. It passed in budget.
Motion passes.
All right, I think that's all I have for you tonight.
That's all you have? Thank you. Thank you very much. You did an excellent job, too. That was a little hairy.
Robbie?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had a...
Go ahead.
Could you, and you may have given us this information in the past, our total county indebtedness and how that compares with state standards or other standards in terms of ratios of debt to...
Yes, I mean, we do have some stats on that. I don't have them with me, but I can tell you that the county's total debt is 38,130,000 with the new Claxton addition, the 10 million this year. It went to 48,130,000. We are paying off one. We paid off one bond for the schools last year, and there will be another bond this year, which is going to free up another $824,250 of principal and interest. So the Claxton, what we discussed in the Finance Committee is the Claxton bond, the 10 million, shouldn't have a significant impact on the debt service just because of what we've lost off the last 2 years as far as payments goes. But I can get you those stats. We put those in the stat tables for audit, so I'll be happy to bring those to the next budget meeting. No problem.
Any other questions? Sorry, Commissioner Smallridge, I didn't see that. All right, let's move on to Director of Schools. Dr. Parrott has submitted his written report. Are there any questions for Dr. Parrott? You can stand up. We see you back there. Any questions for Dr. Parrott? Well, you're doing a great job, too.
Happy Thanksgiving, and thank you all for approving that bonus for our classified employees.
All right, we do have Commissioner Wandale has a question.
Don't really have a question. I just want to say thank you to you and the staff and all the schools that put on these Veterans Day celebrations. Means a lot, and it's encouraging to see the youth participate and understand the importance of freedom and the flag. Yes. And I just want to say thank you.
Thank you, thank you. And we met about 2 weeks ago. The director of schools from Anderson County, Oak Ridge, and Roane County. We met with ORAU and talking about nuclear and talking about what the needs are. And then they're meeting with the CTE directors here right after Thanksgiving and going to see where we need that done and started to work on a plan. So, yep.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Parrott. All right, we have the Law Director, Mr. Brooks.
Don't really have anything to add to the report except under litigation updates. I'm pleased to report that item 2, Schubert versus Terry Frank, along with the companion case Webster Ayers versus Terry Frank, will be dismissed. So we will be able to close those out. Item 3, the Zayo matter is back on. It's set for December 22nd here in Chancery Court at 1:30. I would encourage everyone to show up and smile at the judge.
Any questions for the Law Director? Commissioner Wandale.
Thank you, Chairman. Jamie, if you could, I'd like, and Sheriff might know this, or Brian, Chief Galloway, we keep having a lot of folks out there at the intersection, Clinton Highway, doing fundraisers. I think it runs through the Sheriff's Department, but it's my understanding some of them sometimes don't obtain the proper credentials, and the Sheriff, obviously, the department don't know about it. But is there any way we can look at that? I know Commissioner McNabb, I've asked him about it. We're getting a lot of complaints from folks that they can't even drive through. A lot of cases they're almost being accosted, you know, and they're putting out these cones and everything and impeding traffic. But I don't know if Sheriff or Brian, you guys got anything on that? That I'm not trying to tell you guys what to do. Is there anything we can do to help assist, to make sure that we have qualified folks out there that are doing that? Thank you, Chairman.
We have got several calls over the last few months. We have deputies go out, and we've had deputies to ask some that didn't have permits to leave, and they'll leave for a little while, hang around close, come back when our deputies get busy. So there's a lot of that back and forth. We have been called out there where they have had the proper permit through zoning. I agree, it can be a dangerous situation personally. If it weren't for the Shriners, I'd say let's ban it. But I know a lot of our high school ball teams and stuff utilize it for good purposes, but we've had, you know, missions from other states out there taking that money with the proper permits because they'll get a local church to sponsor them. So it is a difficult thing to enforce. I agree it can be very dangerous, but as long as they get the permit and the process is to come through the Sheriff's Department. Chief Sharp keeps a schedule of the dates that are open. He typically types the letter of the date that they're requesting, and then the zoning office does the background, does their ID and whatever fees may be associated. Normally I think nonprofits are free, but anything else, I'm assuming there's probably a permit fee or something, but I'm not 100% sure about zoning. But there has been a lot of, in my opinion, unnecessary soliciting there.
Mr. Galloway, thank you for that. Commissioner Isbell, is that something that we could add this discussion to operations agenda?
Absolutely.
All right, we can discuss it further in the operations committee if that's permissible. Commissioner Capshaw. This was a question for the law director.
Yes.
Sorry.
I was just going to ask about the Civil Air Patrol, just an update on that. Just a quick update if you had one for me. If not, it's fine.
I know there was a approval by the city of Oak Ridge for the use of the dental office space at Daniel Arthur for a group not to exceed 49.
Okay.
And I'm not sure that that is going to work for the CAP.
Okay.
And I believe that's where, that was the last,
We spoke with them, they did agree
Okay.
to use the dental space. We're just waiting for the certificate of occupancy from them.
issue solved.
Okay.
So they will be using the space.
Okay. Well, I just want to thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Roger Lloyd, and everyone that worked to get that space for the Civil Air Patrol. Thank you all for working with us. So.
Thank you. Any other questions for the law director?
Does anyone have a question regarding the cemetery letter that was to be sent to the legislative group for our area? We have a draft of it. We have not circulated it beyond operations, I don't think. But we could circulate it among all commissioners to see if it is acceptable.
So is that something that came out of the operations committee?
I think it came out of operations Monday night. I was not here, so I think it was kicked over to commission. I'm not sure. Obviously, I wasn't here, so I'm not sure.
I don't see it. Commissioner Isbell.
Okay, I have a copy of that, and I've reviewed it, and I think it's okay, but we probably need, all commissioners need to look at it because
Okay.
it'll be from the full body.
So will you forward that to all the commissioners, and it's
Yes.
something we'll take up, I guess, at the next commission meeting?
Yeah, we'll forward it to operations, then from operations to full commission.
Okay, all right, great, thank you. All right, Commissioner Val.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Jamie, that is gonna be plenty enough time to get it down there before any session starts.
Yeah, they don't, I think it'll be after the first of the year before they start, so it will be there waiting on it.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
All right, thank you. All right, no other questions? Okay, let's move on to the committee reports, and we'll start with Operations Committee.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Under the intergovernmental section, we had Tennessee Waste to Jobs. Commissioner Capshaw made a motion that we draft a letter to send to our legislators in support of Tennessee Wasted Jobs Program. Seconded by Commissioner Barron. Motion passed to forward to full commission for approval.
All right, I need a motion and a second before we can have discussion. Commissioner Isbell? Do we have a second? Commissioner Val? Okay, any discussion on this? I guess my first clarification. Commissioner Foster.
No, my question is probably what you were going to ask
Okay.
is, who, we didn't really talk about in operation who was going to draft that letter.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming the law director, but we did not put that in the motion.
That's
so.
correct.
All right, did you get that, Annette? I was just clarification
I'll
for the
make
minutes.
that as part of my motion.
Okay,
Yeah, we will draft this on behalf of Mayor Frank and commission. Is that,
I'll speak. I thought Mayor Frank was going to do something separately, or were you okay?
I mean, I was just saying, it would just depend on what the draft is.
Okay.
If it was, I wouldn't want to hold anything up, so if it was something that I couldn't agree to, then I could just do something separate.
very good.
all right, any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. All right,
Creosote Poor Farm Blockhouse Valley landfill site. Commissioner Foster made a motion to have the grant coordinator look into a planning grant, seconded by Commissioner Yeager. Motion passed to forward to full commission for approval.
all right. Motion by Commissioner Foster, second by Commissioner Yeager. Any discussion on this item? Just a point of clarification, this was a planning grant for the American Nuclear site? Or are those two different things, two different items?
No, the Creosote Poor Farm Block, that is all into one.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Any other discussion?
I thought we ended up separating them because it needed to be separate.
You did in the final motion. You did.
Because it needed to be separate.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
This is just for the first property, correct? Okay.
So would you
That's
repeat
correct.
the motion, please?
Okay, to have the grant coordinator look into a planning grant.
For,
That was for the Creosote Poor Farm. That was one, and then the second one was the Blockhouse Valley. Is that correct, Commissioner Foster?
Yeah, so we are planning grant for both of them to look at both properties, but we've made it two different motions.
Yeah.
okay. So
I
we'll
don't know
take,
if we need to take them up together here, or
let's do them separately since they're listed separately here.
So for clarification, Blockhouse Valley, Creosote, that's all the same. The
Okay.
Poor Farm is all the same.
It's just, we're just using different names.
Yes, yeah.
So is, but the,
Creosote's actually, that's the, there's an educational component that uses the property for research on black snakes and turtles. And the Poor Farm is not all of Blockhouse Valley. I think some of that also goes, I'm not entirely sure of the whole area. I think some might be maybe on TVA land. Is any on TVA land, or I don't know where the historical marker is, if it's necessarily right on the Poor Farm. But anyhow, the separate land is the American Nuclear land.
Which is next.
and that'll be the
Yes, which
next.
is next.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All those in favor of this motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next.
Public forum for American Nuclear site cleanup. Commissioner Foster made a motion to add this to the previous planning grant motion, seconded by Commissioner McCamey. Motion passed to forward to full commission for approval.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Foster, second by Commissioner Isbell. Any discussion on this one? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Okay, on this next one, I want to make a statement before we make a motion, if you don't mind, please.
Okay.
Telehealth for Animals, Commissioner Foster made a motion to have the law director draft a letter in support to state legislators, seconded by Commissioner Capshaw. Motion passed to forward to full commission for approval. We've had this come up several times, and really nobody's commented on it until I got some feedback this weekend. Now, how this all came about was from some of the rural community that says, they can't afford to go to just get, warm pills or something like that. They really can't afford to go to a veterinarian for that or the time. So that's how that arose, but then I got some feedback over the weekend from some veterinarians that say, you know, we can't do it by telehealth because you're not able to talk to the animal like you can a human. So maybe there was something there that we could work out where we could do, you know, a little both. And maybe that should be in the letter to the legislators to look at, say, you know, if we can define that somehow.
All right, so do you want to amend this motion now, or do you want to send
I
it
would
back
like
to
to send it
operations?
back to operations.
Okay.
I'll make that motion for second yours, if that's your motion.
Yes.
Okay, so we have a motion by Commissioner Isbell to refer back to operations, and second by Commissioner Foster. All right, any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Okay. Commissioner McCamey made a motion to approve installing 2 plaques in honor of Dr. Joe Rainey and Art Miller in the new dental office, seconded by Commissioner Foster. Motion passed forward to full commission for approval.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Foster, second by Commissioner Isbell. Any discussion on this item? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Claxon Kids Palace Park, Commissioner Wandell made a motion to respectfully request TVA to keep Kids Palace open as long as possible for the community to use, seconded by Commissioner Barron. Motion passed forward to full commission for approval.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Isbell, second by Commissioner Capshaw. Discussion, Commissioner Beauchamp.
Yeah, so I know we've kind of went back and forth and we talked about a little bit in legal services. And TVA has given the money, $200,000 for the new park, $50,000 for Lost Bottom. TVA for sure knows that on December 1st, Anderson County no longer has liable anything to the park. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And they know that day one, December 1st, I guess midnight, I guess that's when their new time goes into effect, that they assume liability. So if somebody goes to the park 3 a.m. December 1st, breaks an arm, breaks a leg, TVA is solely reliable for that.
That's correct, because of the amendment to the easement agreement that was prepared and approved last year and recorded.
And I'm assuming they haven't said what they intend to do with the land? I don't think any of us.
No, Commissioner, no.
I don't think any of that came up in operations or anything like that, correct? Because I hadn't seen anything that they intend to do anything with it. I just wanted to make sure that all of our ducks are in a row, that we're not liable, they know they're liable, and that's where we're at.
Yeah, and I think it would be, you know, if it is if they are amenable to leaving it open and it's going to be operated, I think that would be between them and the Optimist Club.
So, sorry, so the TVA and the Optimist Club could get into an agreement? Or is it's 2 separate plots, right?
Yeah, this is just where the Kids Palace is.
Because the Optimist Club is negotiated with TVA, the Kids Palace is now TVA's. Is that?
It's, in my opinion, it was between the county and TVA. The county's bowing out.
Yes.
By the easement amendment. And so it's really up to TVA what they
Okay.
do with it. And they've agreed, they're the ones that are responsible for the equipment.
But if the Optimist Club wanted to get into an agreement, because I'm unsure about the parcel for the Optimist Club. We're kind of talking about 2 separate kind of parcels.
There are 2 agreements, and Commissioner Wandell may have to help me out.
Okay.
There's one that I think doesn't have anything to do with the area where the park is.
Okay.
That's a separate agreement between Optimist Club and TVA. There's nothing that spills over to where Kids Palace is, if that's an answer to your question.
Thank you.
Commissioner Isbell, just a clarification on this motion. Who will the letter be coming from? Who will write the letter?
It'd have to come from the law director.
All right, so Is that okay to do
I
that
mean-
since Anderson County government is bowing out?
Well, I guess, excuse me, Madam Chairman, but
Yes.
I think that what it was is that Commissioner Wandell wanted, the full commission to know, what his efforts are to try to
Okay.
keep that open to the public. And he does realize that, TVA will take full responsibility. But it's just a letter that's suggesting, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's just a letter asking TVA to leave it open
Okay,
for the public to be able to use.
okay.
Yeah,
And-
and it, not to imply that Anderson County has any responsibility whatsoever. It's just like an ask letter that says, would you,
Okay.
consider doing
But
that?
requesting the law director to do
Yes.
that. All right, Mayor Frank.
I was gonna say, Chairman, normally on a situation like this, when commission passes a motion, like if I've written a letter, my letter would say, attention, TVA, these individuals, the full Board of County Commission voted last night, here's what they voted on, and then I would attach the minutes.
Would
That's
you want to
normally.
do that, Mayor?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine,
Yeah.
I'm happy to do that.
Well, then, I was the maker of the motion, so I'll say, let the mayor do the letter.
Okay, so request the mayor
Mhm.
to ask TVA to keep the park open as long as possible. Okay, awesome. Is that okay with you, Commissioner Capshaw? Commissioner McNabb?
I just wanted to say, I'm in support of doing this. Obviously, people District 1, I don't feel like they've done anything. Obviously, they've done nothing wrong to lose services, access to this park.
Yes.
This passed operations unanimously, is my understanding, so I see nothing wrong of sending a letter asking TVA to do this. I'm in support of that, so they don't lose services while the new park, whatever happens on that. So
Okay.
I'll be supporting this. Just wanted to say that.
Thank you for that. I just needed clarification for the minutes. Any other discussion on this? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
That concludes the Operations Committee report, Madam Chairman.
Thank you. Road Committee minutes. Commissioner Capshaw.
Y'all give me grace. Let's see. The action item that we had for road committee minutes was, we discussed intersections at Lou Allen Hollow Road, Sinking Springs Road, and North Charles Severs Boulevard. Commissioner Vandegrift made a motion to send a letter to Roger Hook with the City of Clinton and Michelle Nickerson with TDOT about any updates from TDOT about this area. Commissioner Isabel seconded the motion. The motion was carried. I do want to make a point of clarification of what happened after this.
Okay.
These minutes did not make it on the agenda last month, and so that's why you all got it forwarded today from Annette. A letter did get sent out from the Highway Department to Roger, to the City of Clinton and TDOT, and they just responded with like one sentence. What we have discussed in that committee, we still have questions that need to be answered, so I'm asking you all to approve for me and Jamie to draft a letter together with more questions about that intersection, just to get more clarification, because one letter that did get sent out from the City of Clinton, they asked about some safety improvements, but none of that was ever spelt out. So just for clarification and for the public to get the answers that they want for that intersection, that's what I'm going to ask. And I actually was out there today and almost got hit by 2 cars with me being in the middle. So that is a real public safety issue.
Okay.
So that's what I'm asking tonight.
All right, so your motion is for you and the law director to work
draft it.
together on a letter.
Yes,
to
from the
City
county,
of
full
Clinton
county
to-
commission, yes.
Okay, all right. So we have a motion by Commissioner Beauchamp, second by Commissioner Allen. Commissioner Foster.
2 things. One, it's Roger Houck, and that needs to be corrected, Houck. Is that how you say it? But it's, so, I know that, but just wanted that for the record, if we send a
Okay,
letter, make
thank
sure
you.
we have his name spelled correctly. And second, could we just set up a meeting with the City of Clinton to have this discussion instead of a letter? I mean, they're next door. I think we could have that conversation without having to be asked for them. I know we sent a letter, but just.
It's going to TDOT too.
That's, okay, I'm fine with the TDOT, because I know that.
Yeah.
But for Clinton, I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
we could
that's
just,
fine,
we could
but-
sit there and have a conversation and maybe write a joint letter to them. So that's just my thought, but
So do you want to amend the motion?
Nope, just putting that out there, so.
Okay.
I'm not the maker of the motion, I'm not gonna amend it, so.
All right. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Okay, and then Commissioner White resigned as chairman and then made a motion to appoint Ebony Capshaw as new chairman of Road Committee. Tracy Wandell seconded the motion, and the motion passed. That's
All
my
right,
last little.
congratulations.
Thanks. Thank you, Commissioner White. I have big shoes to fill.
All right, thank you.
And that concludes my minutes.
Thank you very much. All right, let's see. Yes, I'm sorry.
I've got a question of Chairman Capshaw, actually.
Okay.
If we could put discussion, have a meeting next month and put discussion about Carroll Holla. We've had another
Yes.
fatality out in that area.
Oh, my.
And we've had some other people discuss about how that could be rectified, because there's a situation up in Campbell County. They had a similar situation, and they rectified that. So if we could have a meeting over that.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. Commissioner Val.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I was debating on whether or not to even push the button. I have the utmost respect for the Tennessee Department of Transportation. I know they do a very difficult job. I know all the way from Nashville to Strawberry Plains and our district and the employees that work for them, and I know they try hard, and I know they help when they can. And I certainly hope that they are able to make this area safer that we're talking about with working with the city of Clinton. But I also hope and pray that somehow or another a conversation will start about Carroll Holler. I hope a conversation will start about 116 over in New River. I understand the state of Tennessee is a big state. I get that. I understand that there's miles and miles of roads all over the place, but I know when we have access to our road superintendent and can ask for our county roads to be repaired, we get it done relatively soon. And I think Gary does a good job. I'm not mad at him. I don't wish any ill will on them, but I certainly wish that they could move just a little bit faster when it comes to severe safety issues that we have in our county when it comes to state roads.
Yeah.
So I know this letter that we're talking about wasn't about those two other areas, but if whoever's gonna be there in that meeting could drop a bug in their ear that we still have other roads that we should certainly love their attention, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Thank you. All right, let's see. We do have a fire commission on here, but they did not have a meeting. All right, so we'll move on to the Legal Service Advisory Committee. Mayor Frank.
There were two action items coming out of the Legal Services Advisory Committee. It's starting to give way. One of them has already been dealt with through Budget Committee. The other one is, okay. Oh my gosh, here we go. Rex Lynch made a motion, seconded by Jeff Cole, authorizing the law director, the county mayor, and one county commissioner to negotiate with the city of Oak Ridge for the highest and best cost related to the Oak Ridge General Sessions Court location, with the recommended negotiated cost to be referred to the county's budget committee for consideration. So we will need a county commissioner delegated to, well, if you approve that motion, then
Okay.
you would need a county commissioner.
All right, so we have a motion by Commissioner Foster, second by Commissioner McNabb. Any discussion on this?
And my motion will include adding the chairman of the commission or their designee to be that representative from commission.
Okay. Hmm? And, I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah.
So you're wanting 4 on there instead of 3?
No, the commissioner serve, the
Okay.
chair serves as the commission representative or
Or the,
your
understood,
designee.
understood, thank you.
just 3.
Okay. Any other discussion on that? Any other questions? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? motion passes. Is that it for that? All right. No business, new business was added. Announcements. Any announcements? Commissioner Vandegrift.
I just wanted to announce the opioid committee meeting that was scheduled for this coming Thursday has been postponed to Monday, so it will be held Monday, November 24th instead.
All right, at what time?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. Thank you. Commissioner Isbell.
Yes, the city of Rocky Top actually won the softball tournament by huge margins.
Did you play?
No, I didn't get to.
Oh, okay, but you can still brag.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Commissioner Capshaw.
I just have to say something about what was done earlier today. Just quick speak on, I just can't sit here and be quiet about it. As an African-American woman and a commissioner, and also a civil rights activist, I feel it's important to respond clearly. I do not condone violence against individuals who want to express their constitutional freedom of speech rights. This proclamation that has our name on it, we didn't vote on it, but I just have to speak, does not reflect the lived realities of many in our community. Instead, it legitimizes viewpoints and agendas that too often dismiss the struggles of African Americans, immigrants, LGBTQ individuals, and others who are fighting simply be seen and heard. My focus is on truth, equity, and solutions, not rhetoric that divides or distracts. I remain committed to serving this community with integrity, accountability, and a genuine commitment to moving us forward. It's about choosing a future where every resident is respected, where we invest in education, opportunity, and safety, not in symbolic gestures that ignore the real work our communities need. I'm going to end with two things. James Baldwin quote, "We can disagree and still love each other until your disagreement is rooted in my oppression and denial of my humanity and right to exist." In Scripture, Micah 6:8, "What does the Lord require of you but to do justice, love, mercy, and walk humbly with your God?" Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Capshaw. Commissioner Foster.
I would just want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and remember Teresa Portwood, school board member, in your prayers, dealing with some really major health problems, so just remember her.
Teresa Portwood, thank you. Commissioner Allen.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I think it is important to really address something that I feel strongly about. People may be of the same color, but I think we have to look at the content and character also. I don't think it's always that people have to be judged only by their skin color, but maybe by the thoughts that they have and what they would like to bring to our county. Back in 1989, there was a resolution passed by this body that really did honor a man, and that man was Dr. Martin Luther King. And I repeat that that man was not from this county or from this area, but in fact, people thought it was a very, very important resolution to bring. In fact, there was a commissioner here, he's not here now, that he made a motion to actually set the date of the Martin Luther King celebration activities. And that was Commissioner McCamey. He's not here now. But he actually set that date. And also there was a commissioner that's sitting here now. He was the former school board superintendent that was there when that motion passed to make the Martin Luther King holiday a school holiday in Oak Ridge, and that was Dr. Smallridge. And also, I do want to say that there was also a man sitting here that was at that podium right there years ago, back in 1989, that talked about why it was important to honor people. And that person was me. I was actually at that podium there talking about the importance of really looking at people and not adding these other things on it that had to do with color and gender, but greatness. That was very, very important to me during that time. Thank you. And also, there was a female that was sitting right over there, Jackie Holloway. She called me to come here to talk about the King celebration activities. And that passed 15-1. It was not based on color, African American this, black this. It was based on character. So I stand by that proclamation, and I hope that this committee will also stand by that proclamation. Not about color, not about gender, but about character. Charlie Kirk had the character. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Allen. Thank you very much. Any other announcements? Seeing none, we're adjourned.
Hey, parliamentarian chair. There you go.